The Spud Goodman Show.
Hello, hello, hello. Whether by luck or misfortune, you are now watching the Spud Goodman Show. I can honestly say tonight we have a great show for you. First, Spud tracks down Montel Williams. Then, he runs into a woman he has a huge crush on, comedian actress Janeane Garafalo. I don't think she likes him very much, though. And do we have music? You betcha! Sony recording artist 5440. So why don't you kick back and resist doing anything constructive for the next half hour? Right now, we're going to drop by Spud's therapist as a visiting colleague joins in, and together they attempt to figure out why he's so darn screwed up.
Spud, I hope you don't mind that I asked a colleague to sit in with me. She is fascinated with her case history.
Nah, I don't mind. But I don't have to pay double, do I?
Spud, you're so cheap. I charge you 50 cents an hour, and you're still behind in your bill. She is not going to make you pay.
I'm here on research. You are quite interesting, Spud.
I take that as a compliment, I guess.
Spud, we left off last week discussing your relationship with your mother. I think you said that she never let you have a slinky as a child.
Oh yeah, that was a big issue for me when I was growing up. It was really cruel. All my friends had a slinky. It was the most popular toy on the market, and I didn't have one.
Slinkers are inexpensive, Spud. Did your mother hate you?
Hate is maybe an overstatement. Maybe ambivalence might be more accurate. I mean, now that I have a national TV show, she won't leave me alone. But, that's another story.
Did your father get involved in this issue? Why didn't you hit him up for a slinky?
Fathers are usually an easy mark. I never take no for an answer.
My father would come to me for cash. The guy would hit my piggy bank looking for spare change. I mean, he has a major gambling problem.
Do you think you would have turned out any different if you would have gotten that slinky, Spud? Would you really be any happier today as an adult?
Absolutely. It was a major reason for my self-loathing. I mean, I was the only kid on my block without a slinky.
I know how you feel. All my friends have a nosy and my parents won't let me get one.
So you can relate to my problem.
Yes, I feel your pain.
Speaking of pain, you're starting to give me a migraine here. I need to take a break, if you two don't mind.
Are you serious about this?
Absolutely. One of the crew members told me about it.
My baby, my son who I almost died giving birth to, is going to rehab? He's got a monkey on his back, he's got to go away to kick?
Yeah, somewhere in North Dakota. He's telling people he's going to a Frisbee golf tournament. Hell, he can't throw a Frisbee worth a damn. I spent years trying to teach him, and he always ended up throwing it like a girl.
What do you think he's addicted to? Oh my God!
Hey, a little substance abuse problem never hurt anyone's career in the TV business. Besides, the publicity will probably help the kid.
He's always been a big cake eater. He loved the frosting. Maybe he has an eating disorder.
Yeah, maybe it's not a substance abuse problem. Maybe he's going to a mental hospital to get a lobotomy or something.
He may be screwed up, but he doesn't need his mind carved up. I blame you for this. If you had been a decent father and husband, our son would not be struggling with his demons.
Yeah, right. Like you were the ideal wife and mother, we should have gotten a divorce 2 weeks after the honeymoon. Our marriage was a living hell, so let's not play the blame game, okay?
Excuse me, can you keep it down before someone calls 911? And may I ask why you two keep hanging around here? I hope you don't think you're going to get on the show, because you can give that up. Anyway, I'm going to be heading out for a week. I'm going to North Dakota for a Frisbee tournament. I'm going to be a celebrity judge.
That's great, honey.
If there are any paparazzi there, don't throw a Frisbee, okay? That's all your career needs is a lame shot of you throwing a Frisbee like Barbara Walters, for God's sake.
Is it me? Or does it seem like this next guy's on the tube 24 hours a day? Here's a little hint for Mr. Taipei. It's spelled S-L-E-E-P. Maybe he should try and get some. Spud corners him on the way to yet another taping of something. So here he is, Montel Williams.
Now, Montel, do you have to deal with the problems that I have, like family members begging you, harassing you for airtime to get their face on camera?
It has really been pretty good. I've only had one family member. Well, my mother was on the show once before, but I asked her to come on, and I had another sibling on the show, and I asked them to come on. So most people, like, they figure, you know, if I call, he's going to say no, so why bother calling?
It's a good point. My family's with me 24 hours a day.
You know what you do? What you do is you get a little one of those little video cams.
Right.
You go over to the house and say, Mom, I want you on the show. You do the little number and go, you know what? They edited you out.
Editing out? What a concept.
So you always go over and ask them, get the interview set up real quick.
There you go.
Have the interview on tape, and they go, gee, they edited you out.
You guys writing this down? If I had 1/10 of this guy's intensity, I sure wouldn't be hosting this funky show. But then again, I'd probably keel over from a cerebral hemorrhage. Now, a lot of people who watch talk shows wonder, where do we, I say it's a fraternity, I'm part of the fraternity, where do we find these people? But they don't realize that these people are beating our doors down to get on the air, right?
Almost definitely. We probably get anywhere from 100 to 1,000 letters a week with people writing in and say, you know, Montel, I have this idea, I have that idea, I'd love to come on and talk about it, so we'll call them back and talk to them and see if they work out and they're going to work as guests, and if they do, we'll bring you on. I would say almost 80% of our shows come directly out of viewer mail, and most of our guests come from call-in, so they want to be there. And these people are real people. They're your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle. They may have that little secret that they're not willing to tell you, but they'll come tell Montel.
There you go. I like that a lot. Hey, now you live in Vegas, all right?
Yes, sir.
You tape in New York. What kind of frequent flyer miles are you racking up?
It's 5,000 miles a week, and I rack them up. I'll tell you, it's been a heavy grind. This year, my wife is pregnant. She's 6 months pregnant. The first pregnancy, she flew back and forth. This one, she said, forget it. And I don't know about in your house. Are you married?
Well, I'd like to be married someday if I can meet
Wait a minute.
any woman, actually.
You know,
I'm not really picky.
Let me do it real quick.
Special woman.
Spud's such a nice guy. There are a lot of ladies out there right now who need a nice, compassionate man.
Thank you.
A man who's willing to come out and share your problems, your needs.
Listen to him, girl.
Help you overcome those problems and needs. It's Spud Man.
God, think about how many lonely, single, dysfunctional women this guy meets on his talk show. I mean, if I had his gig, I would never have to take Mother to another one of my high school reunions. Do you know, what do you think about all these people crowding the field? I'm talking the talk show business. Don't you think there should be some sort of government test to screen these people out?
You know what, Spud? The bottom line to that is, just like you know as well as I do, there's a lot of chatter out there, very little talk.
Hey.
You and I are doing the talk, buddy.
A lot of chatter, chattering, not enough talk. I like that a lot.
We're doing the talk. People will tune into the talk.
All right, super.
That's right.
I wonder if I'd look as cool as Montel with a shaved head. Probably not. I'll stick with the lame comb-over technique. When they make the movie of Montel Williams' life, which they will, who are you going to veto us in the starring role? Who would you say, no way, absolutely not?
Well, let's see. If they asked Lou Gossett Jr. to do it, I would say no, because he's way older than me.
Okay, I like that.
Let's see. Spud Man. Well, I don't know. Let me see the head, because if you could shave it, it might work.
Hey,
no, I don't think so.
Do you think guys with hair wear hats? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Let me think.
Which leads me to my last question.
Okay.
I want to proclaim this to the camera, to the audience, to you. I have such great admiration for a man that has made it without a thick, full head of hair. I want to thank you very much. There's inspiration to guys like me.
I now have a distinct craving for tunes. How about you? Check out Sony recording artists from Vancouver, BC, 5440.
All day long, I'll run, show away, I'm too lazy, don't say stop, you should go. Oh,
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
Look, I don't have a problem with the Elvis thing. The king is still happening. It's the accordion. You're sending the wrong message to the kids out there, like the Spud Goodman Show is for their grandparents.
What do you mean, an Elvis thing? You think this is a gimmick? A costume?
Yeah, the outfit, the shtick, the whole Elvis impersonator gig.
Hey, Mr. Big-Time Hollywood producer, I'll have you know I am not an act, and I am not some two-bit Elvis impersonator. I ought to kick your ass right now is what I should do.
Hey, chill out a bit, huh? Come on. I'm sorry about the impersonator crack. You don't have to go nuclear on me.
This is a very sensitive subject with me, and I don't appreciate you calling me some Elvis wannabe.
Hey, I got you. I hear where you're coming from.
For too long, I've had to put up with ridicule and cruelty about the way I look. You know, this wasn't my choice, you know.
Say, I gotta be heading out, all right? I gotta make some calls.
You know, one day, 27 years ago, I woke up, and it just happened. I look in the mirror, and bang, Elvis is looking right back at me. Hey, I used to hate Elvis. You think I like looking like this?
All right, so speaking of Janeane, Garafalo, Larry Sanders, Reality Bites, whatever, you've done a lot of stuff, but I gotta preface this thing with stating it's gonna be my 4th suck-up interview that I've done in 9 years. It's only the 4th, because I'm a fan, all right? As a professional, I really do need to keep my attraction for my guests under wraps. I need to act disaffected and aloof. And for God's sakes, not drool on them like Letterman does with babes.
I don't work a lot. I will probably continue not to work very much. I will probably be one of those, like, very little known character actor types that occasionally some guy like you who is probably a Trekkie fan and, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you've hit a nerve.
I'm not gonna say you're a nerd, but like one of those like the very specialized guys who like reads hate comics and
Pete Bagg, one of my personal
loves Elvis Costello and is a real Kennedy conspiracist. They tend to be people that know who I am.
It wasn't the grassy knoll.
He didn't act alone. Those are the type of people that tend to know who I am, and it's like 0.5% of the population. It will probably always be that way until my death.
Wrong. You're going to be huge.
And I don't say that in a bad way.
You're going to be huge. Trust
Huge.
me. Spud Goodman knows about 2 things, and this is one of them. So trust me. Anyway, let's get on to the next question.
Okay.
This is the Tiger Beat question.
Yes.
Favorite snack food at say 2 in the morning? What are you talking about? Barbecued pork rinds, sweet tarts, what?
My favorite peanut M&Ms. Big fan.
I can see us together in our 60s at Disney World together with the grandkids in tow, sharing an order of fries and wondering, where the heck did the years go? Mid-range goals at this point, besides like cleaning out the fridge, where do you see yourself in, say, 45 to 90 days? Where's your
Mid-range
goals?
goals.
Yeah.
Goals. Well, I need a new car.
Well, I hear that.
Got my car stolen, so I got to get that taken care of. Got to pay off my old one. That's gone. I should move because I live in a bad neighborhood, but what part
of Hollywood do you live?
I live in West Hollywood.
West Hollywood. Yeah, it's a little rough.
But you know, everywhere in Los Angeles is bad now. So I should move, but that's such a Herculean task that I can't even fathom getting that going. I would like to get another movie if I could, but I'm the world's worst auditioner, not to mention a pretty poor actor.
You should not have to read.
Oh, Jesus. Nobody knows who I am. Can you not understand that?
Hey.
I cannot walk in and say, you know what, I shouldn't have to read. I was in Reality Bites, and they'll say, what the hell?
Okay, maybe she doesn't dig me now, but when I get that really big feature in People magazine, she'll be in touch. Well, there you have it, Ms. Janeane Garafalo, who I believe will be huge. And I'm not just talking, normal huge. I'm talking
Coming from this guy, coming from you, that's really quite an endorsement.
Touche. All right,
the spatula, the Pepto.
Okay, I'm in TV hell, and maybe I won't be huge someday, but I know it when I see somebody who will be huge, and you heard it here.
Who else have you said is going to be huge? I need to know because that is a good gauge.
Well,
what are your other predictions?
Well, I don't really like to be held to prior statements if right at this point. All right, but anyway, this is Spud Goodman.
You loved Max Headroom.
I thought he had potential, yes.
Maybe someday Spud will meet a woman he's attracted to like Ms. Garafalo, and she won't be repulsed by him. Could happen. Maybe. I mean, Connie Selica actually married John Tesh. Right now, we have to take a brief commercial break. So don't go picking up the phone to chat with your psychic friends right now, okay?
Without my espresso, my life would not be whole. I drink it all day, even when I bowl, and in bed with my Walkman, listening to Billy Joel. I think after 75 cups, it starts to take its toll. Then I begin to act like Courtney Love of Hull, and my neighbor Greg yells that heads will roll, kicking my butt is a stated goal. But without espresso, my life would not be whole. But maybe my hands would quit shaking like a beached mako shark, and my blood pressure of 420 over 340 would go down some. It's worth a try. I want to live.
Spud, I just spent the last 14 hours compiling my 7-day weather forecast for the whole country. How about if I do it on the show?
Samuel, what's up?
Well, my weather forecast, Spud. I think the people are in need of a real meteorologist, somebody who knows his stuff. Wait, I could blow away Flip Spiceland on CNN.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Spud, do you think that's his real name? Well, Spud, do you?
Do what?
Think that his real name is Flip Spiceland. I'll bet he changed it just like John Wayne and Tony Curtis did. Who would actually name their kid Flip?
Absolutely.
So it's okay if I do my weather forecast on the show? Fabulous. I'll go tell Mr. Fancy Hollywood producer that either I get some airtime or you'll walk off the show, Spud. And thank you for your support.
I suppose there's a valid purpose for meteorologists. I mean, I read my horoscope occasionally too. Well, here's hoping you enjoyed tonight's show. There's a chance next week's might be just as good. You never know in this TV racket. Once again, 5440.
Genocide, super ego sucking, genocide.